Yes, good morning to all of you. Suraj Education Group welcomes you. I am Dr. Pankaj, coaching expert biology. So today we are discussing about one of the most important topic of 11th class, that is life cycle of Chlamydomonas, because plant kingdom one of the most important part for NEET examination. Maximum question arises in NEET examination from this topic, the life cycle of Chlamydomonas. So I would like to discuss the life cycle of Chlamydomonas. This one is the diagram of Chlamydomonas. This diagram is known as diagram of Chlamydomonas. In the structure of Chlamydomonas, सबसे outermost structure जो आपको देखने को मिलेगी, that is known as cell wall. This structure is known as cell wall. Cell wall आपको नजर आएगा. Cell wall is the outer and inner cell wall. The outer cell wall is made up of pactoge, and the inner cell wall, interesting feature, it is non-cellulosic and it is made up with glycoproteinaceous in nature. So it is glycoproteinaceous types of cell wall. Okay. Next, the second most structure is known as plasma membrane. You know very well about plasma membrane. Next, what is the characteristic feature of Chlamydomonas? The characteristic feature of Chlamydomonas, that is presence of cup-shaped chloroplast. This one is the cup-shaped chloroplast that contains a starch storing body that contains reserve food material in the form of pyrenoid. Very IMP question. Very important question for various competitive examination, that is the starch storing bodies, pyrenoids, reserve food material in case of green algae, in case of Chlamydomonas, because you know very well about that it is the unicellular form of green algae, flagellated type of green algae, unicellular in nature. Okay. Next point, this pyrenoid, the number of pyrenoid is basically 1 in number. It is basically 1 in number, only single pyrenoids present in case of chloroplast. Okay. Next point, this one is known as eye spot. This one is a photosynthetic pigment that is known as eye spot. Okay. Next point, this one is known as nucleus. अंदर जो fluid content है, that is known as cytoplasm. Okay. This structure is known as contractile vacuole. You know very well about the function of contractile vacuole as per previously discussed in kingdom Protista. The function of contractile vacuole is the osmoregulation and excretion, one of the major and most important question. So contractile vacuole, this structure is known as blepharoplast. Blepharoplast, you can say a basal body type structure. It is a basal body type structure through which flagella arise. So biflagellated in nature, 2 long flagella arise from the blepharoplast, and this cap-like structure is known as apical papillae. Apical papilla, the cap-like structure, the protective cap present in the structure of Chlamydomonas. So during the life cycle of Chlamydomonas, during sexual reproduction, first point, the Chlamydomonas lost its flagella. So during sexual, first of all, we are discussing about sexual reproduction, then we will discuss about asexual reproduction. So during sexual reproduction, it lost its flagella. जैसे ये अपने flagella को lost करेगा sexual reproduction के टाइप पर. So during sexual reproduction, it lost its flagella. Flagella इसके lost हुए, flagella lost हुए, और इसका जो ये डिवीजन होगा, ये लॉन्गिट्यूडनल डिवीजन होगा. लॉन्गिट्यूडनल एक्सिस का डिवीजन आपको बहुत अच्छे से पता है. ट्रांसफर डिवीजन कौन सा होगा और लॉन्गिट्यूडनल डिवीजन कौन सा होगा. सो लॉन्गिट्यूडनली डिवाइड करेगा. दिस टाइप ऑफ लॉन्गिट्यूडनल डिवीजन इज नोन एज bipartisan type of longitudinal division. The protoplasm divides into 2 types. Okay, the protoplasm divides into 2 types. Such type of division, that is known as bipartisan longitudinal division. Okay, next step. Now gametes formation takes place. after bipartisan longitudinal division, formation of gametes. These are the various gametes seen in the diagram. So now gametes formation takes place. Okay, next step. After formation of gametes, cell wall breaks. Cell wall breaks and gametes release in the medium. Okay, so जैसे ही क्या हुआ, गैमेट्स फॉर्मेशन हुई, सेल वॉल ब्रेक होगी और गैमेट्स रिलीज होकर बाहर आ जाएंगे मीडियम में. विच टाइप ऑफ मीडियम? यू नो वेरी वेल, वाटर के अंदर गैमेट्स रिलीज मींस एक्सटर्नल फर्टिलाइजेशन. वी नो वेरी वेल अबाउट एक्सटर्नल fertilization. So cell wall breaks and gametes release in the medium. Now interesting points. These gametes release a chemical substance. These gametes release a chemical substance, and this chemical substance is known as very IMP question. Very important question. This chemical substance is known as gamone. 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 Okay, so this chemical substance is known as gamone, and gamone is responsible for the clumping of gametes. Okay, so अब ये gamone क्या करेगा? ये gametes की clumping करना start कर देगा. Gametes आपस में clump करना start हो जाएंगे. Okay, now clumping of gametes takes place. After clumping of gametes, two gametes separate and they show the fertilization. So these are the two gametes, and now these two gametes separate in pairs, and now fertilization takes place, and through fertilization the flagella lost and thick walled structure is basically formed. जब n और n कंडीशन मिलेगा तो क्या बनेगा? 2n कंडीशन, flagella lost and thick walled structure is basically formed. This thick walled structure is known as zygospore. Very important question. The thick walled structure is known as zygospore. Okay, now zygospore work as a resting spore, as well as it also acts as meiospore. How? During unfavorable condition it works as resting spores, and during favorable condition meiosis occurs. So meiosis occurs on what condition? Meiosis occurs during favorable condition. Always be remember that, my dear students. So during favorable condition meiosis occurs and various meiospores is formed. These various meiospores now form the complete structure of Chlamydomonas. These meiospores form the complete body of Chlamydomonas. Chlamydomonas की complete body की formation कर देंगे कौन? meiospores. So meiospores, one of the most important zoospores that form the complete body of Chlamydomonas. This one is the complete life cycle of Chlamydomonas, and actually it is the sexual life cycle of Chlamydomonas. Sexual life cycle of Chlamydomonas. In the next lecture we will further discuss about asexual type of reproduction. So always be remember that I am again repeating some important point about pyrenoids, about apical papilla, blepharoplast, eye spores, and zygospore. One of the important question, the gamone. Interesting and important point, gamone. What is the function of gamone? Gamone is responsible for the clumping of gametes. Okay, so this one is the life cycle of Chlamydomonas. Thank you. Have a nice day.